Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, December 31st, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 655 headlines from 108 things we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Medical center says employee intentionally removed 57 vials of Moderna vaccine from fridge. Local police says FDA and FBI helping investigate. Georgia Democratic Senate candidate Jon Ossoff delivered a verbal 1-2 punch when a Fox News crew approached him at a campaign stop on live TV. China accuses U.S. of show of force with Taiwan Strait passage. Trumpist lawyer Lin Wood goes on unhinged rant suggesting Justice John Roberts is a murderous pedophile. Parade viewing stands dismantled near White House as Biden team seeks to discourage inauguration crowds. Green Beret colonel threatened to kill wife in front of children before standoff with police, affidavit. On January 20th, Biden to issue memo freezing Trump administration's midnight regulations. An emergency room doctor tested positive for COVID-19 9 days after getting vaccinated. That's not a sign the vaccine didn't work. Before and after photos show the dramatic effect lockdowns had on pollution around the world in 2020. Official, trooper under investigation dies, apparent suicide. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Florida's Dan Mullen says depleted Gators could have opted not to play in Cotton Bowl, ESPN. Deadliest serial killer in American history dies at 80, with police still searching for his victims, The Washington Post. Governor Jared Polis announces he's asking approval from CDPHE to move all level red counties to level orange January 4th, KRDO. China approves Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine for general use, The Guardian. Chrissy Teigen says she gave up drinking after growing tired of making an ass of myself. News. Trump to return to Washington early ahead of Republican plan to disrupt certification of Biden's win, CNN. Wisconsin hospital says employee intentionally discarded coronavirus vaccine vials. The Hill. Cyberpunk 2077 refund guide, PS4, PS5, PlayStation Store, Sony, Real Sport 101. Walmart staffer behind Josh Hawley's sore loser tweet gets offered free rent money, Newsweek. Ron Rivera, I informed team owner Daniel Snyder of decision to waive Wayne Haskins, Yahoo Sports. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Man called most prolific serial killer in U.S. history dies. Man hospitalized with COVID-19 after attending GOP club's COVID conga line party. Jon Ossoff commandeers Fox News interview to skewer Lafleur, Purdue. No, it's not surprising that a nurse got COVID-19 after his first vaccine shot. 60 of the funniest tweets about cats and dogs this year. Canada to require negative COVID-19 test for people entering country. COVID-19 vaccine rollout is way behind schedule, should we worry? Anthony Hopkins celebrates 45 years of sobriety in inspiring New Year's clip. Trump's $2,000 checks all but dead as GOP Senate refuses aid. Census Bureau to miss deadline, jeopardizing Trump plan. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Woman who fatally stabbed spouse leaves prison. Woman overcomes obstacles to open up business. Neighbors help neighbors caught in snowstorm. Church employee accused of terrorist threat. WI unemployment backlog could clear by next week. Woman honors Oklahomans killed by COVID-19. Holiday week eviction forces family onto streets. Child mauled by dog, officer stops attack. Mayor suspected in DUI crash. Thomas Davis to retire after 2020 season. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Minneapolis police fatally shoot man during traffic stop. U.S. officials acknowledge lag in vaccine rollout. Samuel Little, America's most prolific serial killer, dies at 80. China approves Sinopharm's COVID-19 vaccine as it moves to inoculate millions. 25 days that changed the world, how COVID-19 slipped China's grasp. Trump was briefed on uncorroborated intelligence about Chinese bounties. No realistic path for quick vote on $2,000 stimulus checks, McConnell says. Discovery of virus variant in Colorado and California alarms scientists. Stimulus money should have gone to the jobless, economists say. Hawley answers Trump's call for election challenge. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Minneapolis police fatally shoot man during traffic stop, igniting protests. Lori Loughlin stressed over husband Massimo Gianelli being in prison, report. Anderson Cooper calls Willie Nelson very classy for lying to shield Jimmy Carter's pot-smoking son. Trump returning to White House ahead of Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve party. Nashville bombers property transfers to Los Angeles woman irked family, report. Live updates. Wisconsin worker deliberately spoiled vaccine, health officials say. Live updates. At least 8,000 poll watchers recruited for next week's Senate runoff elections in Georgia. Live updates. Biden's transition team disabled chat function for reporters on conference Zoom calls. This day in history, December 31st. Louisiana governor plans New Year's Eve news conference amid virus surge, let lose death. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, December 31st. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Elderly woman stuck in a room after someone stole her wheelchair on Christmas. Stimulus check update, lapse in payments going to force people deeper into debt, says business prof. Gilligan's Island star Dawn Wells dies at 82 from COVID-19. Blood everywhere, aggressive squirrels terrorizing, attacking NYC residents for weeks. Fantasy football waiver wire week 17, Philip Rivers, A.J. Dillon could help you win it all. Mignon on Bet Sisters, Tyler Perry has given these women death. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. UK weather, England wakes to coldest morning of year with minus 7.5 sea lows. Eurotunnel boss insists channel crossings will work well on New Year's Day. Road rage cyclist sparks outrage in Belgium after knocking over a child locking his way in video. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's first episode of their 13 podcast ranked below whale noises. Return to school chaos for millions, confused parents rage. The perfume shop reveals shoppers are turning to familiar scents for comfort amid pandemic. Total national lockdown by the end of January is inevitable, says Sage expert. Inside the bullfighting family saga gripping Spain. U.S. hits record COVID deaths of 3,903 and more than 125,000 hospitalizations. Women let rip in hilarious letters to former partners. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Hong Kong media tycoon in court as prosecutors appeal bail. Report, harsh winter can bring illness, death to Afghan kids. Ontario minister called back from St. Bart's pandemic vacation. China approved Sinopharm coronavirus vaccine, the country's first for general use. In new playground Dubai, Israelis find parties, Jewish rights. Pakistan arrests 14 people over demolishing of Hindu temple. A year after first coronavirus reports in Wuhan, WHO says vaccines offer great hope for 2021. Explosions rock Aden airport, killing at least 22, as new Yemen government arrives. Brexit poised to become reality, after Britain's final, mad dash to the finish line. What's reopen and what's still restricted in 16 cities around the world. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Indonesian fisher finds drone submarine on possible covert mission. Brutal Bacon, Wild Gary and Unmissable Abramovic, 2021's Best Art, Architecture and Photography. Weather Watch, conjuring up snow to protect glaciers. India's Assam state bans all Islamic schools. Review of the year, Uncovering the Science of COVID-19, Part 2, podcast. The COVID turning point, when did the pandemic become unstoppable? Minneapolis shooting, man dies in exchange of fire with police. See your own backyard, just don't poo in it, New Zealanders told. Spurs Becky Hammon becomes first woman to direct NBA team. How COVID has plunged Asia's captive elephants into fresh crisis. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Manding nation's most prolific serial killer has died. Vaccine rollout falls short of expectations, raising questions about 2021 timeline. Dawn Wells, Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island, dead at 82 from COVID-19. Police on report man was making bombs, hindsight is 20/20. Georgia governor pushes back on Trump's call for resignation. Well-preserved Ice Age woolly rhino found in Siberia. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Yemen war, deadly attack at Aden airport as new government arrives. Trump's call for $2,000 checks blocked by Senate leader. Samuel Little, America's most prolific serial killer dies. Wang Xianjin, China's glacier probe presumed dead. Nashville explosion, police probe conspiracy theory motive. Vaccine and water unseats Mukesh Ambani as Asia's richest person. Deepening divisions, Venezuela's haves and have-nots. Remembering the entertainment and arts figures we lost in 2020. India's most uplifting social media moments in 2020. Syria attack, at least 28 killed in ambush on bus. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Target recalls 480,000 infants rompers, swimsuits over choking, pinching concerns. Today in history for December 31st. Coronavirus updates. U.S. logs daily record of 3,725 deaths. California has first case of more contagious new strain. $2K stimulus unlikely. In California, more contagious COVID-19 variant arrives, and most Hollywood productions on hold. National Geographic photographer shares emotional video of dying polar bear. It's just extremely thankful. Michigan waitress gets anonymous $2021 tip on $44.69 takeout order. California reports first case of more contagious COVID-19 strain, more states expected. Governor Newsom and Dr. Fauci discuss California's first case of more contagious COVID strain. Nashville Police Chief Defense Department's handling of 2019 complaint from bomber's girlfriend. New Year's Eve forecast, soggy, stormy across the South. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Earthquake, magnitude 3.6 quake strikes near Clear Lake, California. Activists, Christian singers fans clash on Skid Row over COVID-19 superspreader concert. Los Angeles County records its 10,000th COVID-19 death. California National Guard Medical Corps pitches in to help struggling hospitals. Santa Monica Pier closed for New Year's weekend. Woman faces murder charges following crash that killed 2 boys in Westlake Village. Cancel Abraham Lincoln, San Francisco grapples with the president's legacy. Union representing deputy district attorneys sues Gascon over enhancements policy. Some LA County mortuaries and funeral homes simply have no more room for the dead. Newsom promises $2 billion in hopes of reopening elementary schools beginning in February. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, December 31st, 2020. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. U.S. demands release of Uyghur Doctor Who family say is sentenced to 20 years because of her family member's human rights activism. Ethiopian police arrest Reuters cameraman. Iran says Trump's life will end, won't stop until revenge on U.S. for killing Soleimani. A new statement. China allegedly paid non-state actors to kill American soldiers in Afghanistan. Caribbean volcanoes rumble to life as scientists study activity not seen in years. Thailand becomes first country to ban eating and drinking on domestic flights due to COVID-19. Extinct woolly rhinoceros found frozen in Siberian permafrost. Spain's homeless help repopulate rural ghost towns. New COVID-19 strain spreading faster than all forecasts, Irish PM. COVID, France mobilizes 100,000 police to stop New Year's Eve gatherings. Whales owlhive, beaked species spotted for first time by Chinese scientists. 3 whales seen in South China Sea were Diraini beaked whales or ginkgo beaked whales, the least known marine mammals. These species have previously been spotted only dead and stranded. Antibiotics banned in UK but fed to US animals may undermine drugs for cancer, COVID and infections. Ban on hormone beef and chlorinated chicken in UK. A trade deal would not be enough to protect consumers, report warns. Sri Lanka opens borders to tourists, and the very first batch has COVID positives. Air travelers entering Canada must have a negative COVID-19 test before arrival. Jonathan Pollard, spy who passed US secrets to Israel, arrives in Jewish state. The next headlines are from Forbes. Fox News used to be President Trump's favorite network. It will do just fine without him in 2021. Women's cricket ends 2020 with whimper as Australia v India series called off. Is ex-Chicago White Sox ace Mark Burley a Hall of Famer? It's more debatable than you might believe. France's Lagardère enters Hainan as duty-free competition heats up. Twice, BTS, Baekhyun and Jackson Wang, notable moves on this week's World Songs chart. Air travelers into North American airports may soon need a negative COVID-19 test first. 12 New Year tech media predictions for 2021. Wines for roasting 2020 and toasting 2021. Goat Rodeo Capital founders discuss investment strategy, upcoming fund. EWA Dynamite results, winners, news and notes on December 30th, 2020. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,676,286,020 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Celebrities, tech billionaires dominated LA's biggest real estate deals of 2020. A guide to New Year's Eve live stream concerts, from BTS and Justin Bieber to Jason Isbell and Bob Weir. Tony Rice in Memoriam, Punch Brothers Chris Eldridge salutes the greatest guitar hero of bluegrass. Judge denies WME request for injunction in WGA representation lawsuit. Dr. Drew Pinsky recovering from positive COVID-19 diagnosis. Alto Reed, longtime saxophone player for Bob Seger, dies at 72. Judge rules for fairness review in Viacom-CBS merger shareholder lawsuit. Meet the creators turning TikTok fame into record deals. Ryan Seacrest previews New Year's Rockin' Eve broadcast, hails frontline workers invited to Times Square. TV ratings, NBA sees opening week gains. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Trump appointee seeks lasting control over Radio Free Europe, Radio Free Asia. Some 500 coronavirus vaccine doses intentionally destroyed, hospital says. Multiple coronavirus cases after Republican Christmas party in New York. California identifies a case of coronavirus variant first seen in UK. There's a White House clash over whether to extend freeze on many work visas. Census to miss year-end deadline for delivering numbers for House seats. Coronavirus is canceling New Year's celebrations. British double agent George Blake honored at his Moscow funeral as a Russian hero. As statues of America's racist past were removed this year, so were tattoos. Senate GOP rushes to finish defense bill and avoid showdown on relief payments. The following headlines are from The Week. New COVID-19 variant discovered in California. McConnell says there is no realistic path for a quick Senate vote on $2,000 checks. The Daily Gossip. The top Instagram posts of the year are pretty morbid. Hilaria Baldwin continues to defend herself, and more. Canada to require people entering the country show proof of negative COVID-19 test. Gilligan's Island star Dawn Wells dies of COVID-19. The FBI is reportedly investigating if Nashville bomber believed in conspiracies about 5G, lizard people. Trump outruns congressional subpoenas for his tax records, at least until after he leaves office. Trump's Blackwater pardons broadly undermine humanitarian law, UN expert says. A bat research team investigating coronavirus origins in China reportedly had their samples confiscated. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas tally, hindsight is 2020. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. How to fortify your and your kids' screen time with a dose of physics. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Planetary scientists have created a map of Mars' entire ancient river systems. A steampunk engine to solve your satellite woes. Hubble releases a new image of Neptune, revealing a rapidly shifting storm. Astronomers capture a direct image of a brown dwarf. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, December 31st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. New ice mapping Mars mission slated for 2026 launch. Photos of the last full moon of the year and decade. What causes sun pillars or light pillars? EarthSky's 2021 Meteor Shower Guide. The next news is from Politico. Boris Johnson signs post-Brexit trade deal. The debts that shook politics in 2020. Ireland locks down New Year's as coronavirus rate hits high. Merkel pushes European Union-China investment deal over the finish line. UK approves Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Britain braces for not-so-special relationship with Biden. Intel on China bounties called less credible than Russia payments. Dems delay defense bill over stimulus check fight with McConnell. UK coronavirus strain emerges in San Diego County. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Coach expecting tougher bubble rules after outbreak. Happy New Year, Sydney. We will throw everything at this, Victorian authorities in overdrive. What is cultural burning? Coronavirus updates Live, Victoria, WA, South Australia's land borders shut to NSW as more locally acquired cases are reported. Sydneysiders trapped after Northern Territory becomes last state to require mandatory quarantine for Greater Sydney. Gallop in running for top players' union job. Consider staying here, Cho warns Queenslanders to rethink travel plans. Standing tall, the obsessed students who aced subjects with a perfect score. Princess Jenny's Perth Cup plans thrown into confusion by WA border closure. O'Shea confident Southern lad can go straight to the top. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Stimulus checks are on their way. Economists give one important reason why it was good to wait. What's worth streaming? What will streaming bring in 2021? Here are 5 things to watch. If you moved in 2020, take these steps to avoid a surprise state income tax bill in the new year. The moneyest, I plan to buy new tires for the winter. I didn't get a stimulus check because I owe back child support. It's so morally wrong. Will I get one this time? The moneyest, my husband, 67, wants to leave his $2 million estate and home to his disabled daughter and his sister's kids. Can he do that? I could outlive them. Market Extra, is the stock market open? Here are the market hours on New Year's Eve and day. JCPenney CEO Jill Soltau ousted by new owners. After one hell of a year, 10 New Year's resolutions to stay on top of the world in 2021. Capitol Report, no realistic path for vote by Senate on bigger stimulus checks, McConnell says. When will Americans receive the extra $300 in unemployment benefits? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Senators tell the USPTO to remove the arbitrary obstacles preventing inventors, especially women inventors, from getting patents, TechDirt. Report on Research Compliance Volume 18, Number 1, in this month's news, January 2021, J.D. Supra. Helping bring risks to life, Johnny R. Williams Sr. shares insight into a new era of eye treatments, press release, Digital Journal. Apple car speculation is back, here's what's known so far, Daily Journal Online. The media missed some of the biggest stories of 2020, San Jose Inside. 4 Live X Live Media, Incorporated, 4, December 22nd Street Insider.com. Repeat, Pure Extracts commences study on psilocybin oral tablets, capsules and nasal gel, Financial Post. 3 senior patent attorneys establish a new firm, The Jerusalem Post. Elida.net CEO rewards all the company's employees for their work during the pandemic, PR Newswire UK. Dr. Ayash Bhandari receives IEEE 2020 Best PhD Dissertation Award, Imperial College London. The next headlines are from Quartz. There's no place for a Jack Ma in today's China. In 2020, urban Indians spent money to get a slice of the outdoor life into their homes. Small businesses' holiday success on Amazon comes at a cost. Trump's last-minute push for Arctic oil drilling might have no takers. In just 150 words, China's Sinopharm claims its vaccine is safe and effective. The cleverest lockdown accessory is a mini bike that fits under your desk. Community solar projects are helping residents save and forcing utilities to wake up. The EU reaches an 11th-hour deal on investment with China. What the Girl Scouts lawsuit against the Boy Scouts get wrong. The pandemic has made Delhi's forgotten tradition of picnics cool again. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Senators tell the USPTO to remove the arbitrary obstacles preventing inventors, especially women inventors, from getting patents. Content Moderation Case Study, Understanding Cultural Context to Detect Satire, 2020. Body camera footage shows cameras aren't making Boston cops better police officers. Brexit deal copied and pasted recommendations for Netscape, outdated encryption. Trump's police commission suggests doing the same things that haven't worked for years will reduce violent crime. Daily Deal, the ultimate 2021 web developer and designer super bundle. Repair shop owner who supposedly had Hunter Biden's laptop sues Twitter for defamation, has lawsuit tossed the same day. Comcast's pandemic price hike bonanza continues. Still not going dark, device encryption still contains plenty of exploitable flaws. Girl Scouts continuing to fight Boy Scouts of America over trademarks, branding. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. LeBron James. Brody Lee. New Year's Eve. Samuel Little. Nicki Minaj. Nashville Bomber. Oklahoma football. Alto Reed. Zdeno Chara. Happy New Year 2021. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Employee fired for intentionally removing dozens of COVID-19 vaccine vials from freezer, FBI and police investigating. Protesters confront Minneapolis police after city sees first cop-involved killing since George Floyd. Outcry after Canadian minister defies COVID-19 rules with clandestine Caribbean trip while calling on Twitter for sacrifices. China's drug regulator greenlights mass distribution of Sinopharm jab after it shows 79% effectiveness. Algeria signs contract for Russia's Sputnik V COVID-19 jab, with mass vaccine rollout set for January. U.S. raises tariffs on French and German wines and aircraft parts over unfair Airbus subsidies. Affront to justice and victims, UN experts decry Trump's pardon of Blackwater contractors convicted of war crimes in Iraq. Alyssa Milano faces backlash after claiming masks will protect you more than an AR-15 feet in bizarre dig at anti-maskers. New Hampshire governor cancels inauguration ceremony, citing threat from armed protesters angry over COVID-19 lockdowns. A day after Colorado, California confirms case of mutated COVID-19 strain. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Frozen in time, archaeologists discover ancient food shop buried in Pompeii. Watch, pre-recorded London Night drone celebrate Marxist BLM. COVID mutation stories show that the lockdowns are designed to last forever. Xi's feigned economic success a mounting powder keg with world. The year in which comforting American myths were ravaged. Pompeo poised to put Cuba on terrorism sponsor list to disrupt Biden rapprochement. Australian authorities ban New Year's Eve kissing and hugging to stop COVID. Vaccine passports could be mandatory for travel, shopping and even the movies, CNN says. Trump administration approves $290 million bomb sale to Saudi Arabia. Trump declassifies intelligence report on Chinese bounties in Afghanistan. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Ancient Egypt, a pyramid scheme that worked. UNO mission in Sudan's Darfur ends mandate after 13 years. Venezuela Supreme Court rules parliament's term extension invalid. Simorg, the art of apartheid walls. UK braces for historic departure from the European Union. Lessons from 2020, reconnecting with nature, a force for good. China's factory recovery slows as higher costs hurt businesses. Asian shares set to finish 2020 at record high on economic hopes. U.S. raises tariffs on European wines, spirits amid plane dispute. China shadows 2 U.S. ships through the Taiwan Strait. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Joe Biden nominates 3 former Obama administration officials to serve in top Pentagon positions. Ron Johnson, I'll only support McConnell package if payments are targeted, it's not going to be targeted in a day or two. Majority of cadets implicated in West Point cheating scandal are athletes. Hawley, Dems exercised right to object to electoral college certification, why cannot GOP? 2 illegal aliens arrested for drug trafficking after being freed into U.S. Democrat John Ossoff, police must not help keep criminal illegal aliens off Georgia streets. Report, Trump considers extending hold on foreign visa worker programs. Schumer, no other game in town besides House bill on $2,000 checks. Bow Group, leavers pretending Boris got a good deal are kidding themselves. Bad deal better than no deal, UK Parliament rubber stamps Johnson's new European treaty. The next headlines are from UPI News. Man wins big lottery jackpot thanks to clerk's helpful suggestion. House for sale in Vermont includes 7 jail cells. Watch, chairs taken from outside couple's home returned refurbished. Watch, small plane makes emergency landing on Florida beach. Watch, man falls off boat, clings to water beacon for 3 hours. Maine kayaker rescues escaped goat that swam into the ocean. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Mysterious, ground-shaking booms are hitting Tucson, AZ, again and again. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Artist creates breathtaking drawings in snow by walking for hours at a time, look. Boys make $250,000 from genius Christmas invention, and donate thousands to animal shelters. Small business offering 1 million donations of hand sanitizer to essential groups who cannot keep up. Watch this UPS driver being moved to Tiers 2 by neighborhood, thank you. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, December 31st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Wisconsin Badgers accidentally shattered trophy while celebrating Duke's Mayo Bowl win. Kings Hawaiian sued for not actually making its sweet rolls in Hawaii. Shibashishi Shibashicho Shibashi no Shibashishi Ayakasho Shibashishisho to change name. Fox found with impressive shoe collection in Berlin. Greedy pet ruins Christmas after eating Prestwick family's entire roast bird before collapsing on the floor unable to move. The life in The Simpsons is no longer attainable, the most famous dysfunctional family of 1990s television enjoyed, by today's standards, an almost dreamily secure existence. Bulgaria uses hot dog trucks to deliver its first shipment of the vaccine. Germany, gravedigger accused of stealing gold teeth from corpses. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Kids who head soccer balls are more likely to develop dementia, neurologists say. RIP Arecibo telescope, you'll be missed. Here's a bunch of apps that kept us distracted in 2020, enjoy. Watch, Boston Dynamics robots dance to convince us that they're friendly. The top 5 apps you should be excited for in 2021. These 10 Mac apps on sale should get 2021 off on the right note. Is your product suffering from service design issues? Here's how to find out. Cities are betting big on smart street lights, 23% will be connected by 2030. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Scientists explore deficits in processing speed in individuals with spinal cord injury. New research may explain severe virus attacks on the lungs. Potential new RX strategy for stroke. Development of fusion energy. A pursuit of better testing to sort out the complexities of ADHD. The next headlines are from Information Week. 2021 Business Mindset, Finding the Good in Crisis. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, December 31st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Why Women Crush Santa Clara, 76-50. These striking photos tell the story of 2020 in Utah. Episode 8, One Real Housewives of Salt Lake City marriage seems on the mend, but others may have problems. Here are the Salt Lake Tribune's most read stories of 2020. Frank Fish, time to count our blessings and make our resolutions for the new year. Utah's vaccine rollout has been slow, says the state official leading it. Bayou offensive tackle Brady Christensen declares for the NFL draft. 2021 Sundance Film Festival cancels plans for in-person events in Park City. Utah State men's basketball's recent play could make it a factor in the Mountain West basketball race again. Summit County residents evacuated after propane semi-truck crashes. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Ticketmaster pays $10 million criminal fine for invading rivals' computers. SpaceX will attempt to recover Super Heavy rocket by catching it with launch tower. Spotify's podcasting problem, loophole allows remixes and unreleased songs to hide in plain sight. Private party app pulled from App Store by Apple. New train hall opens at Penn Station, echoing building's former glory. VP and head scientist of Alexa at Amazon, the Turing test is obsolete, it's time to build a new barometer for AI. Amazon to buy podcast maker Wondery. Amazon still hasn't fixed its problem with bait and switch reviews. NSO used real people's location data to pitch its contact tracing tech, researchers say. A year after Microsoft ended all support for Windows 7, millions of users are still not upgrading. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Police, Christmas Day double murder result of domestic violence. Minneapolis police shoot, kill man during traffic stop. Independent practitioners and staff feeling left out of COVID vaccine distribution. Samuel Little, confessed serial killer with St. Louis area victims, dead in California prison. Pet food recalled after at least 28 dogs die, 8 sick in U.S. Adam Wainwright's Fantasy Football League scores big financial wins for charities nationwide. Emails show Chicago mayor told of botched raid in November 2019. Restaurateurs ready for indoor dining ban to be lifted in St. Louis County. Vaccine distribution lags across U.S., slowing progress health leaders hoped for. Fluorescent officers rescue 3 people from separate house fires. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. In his final days in office, Cox reflects on lengthy career of service to South Bay communities. San Marcos teen to race to car in Saudi Arabia. Beach closed for 2 days after shark bites swimmer's fin near Coronado. Police identify Vista man killed in shooting. Agents save man stuck hanging over ocean on border wall. 25 local gym owners sue to lift restrictions. Samuel Little, America's most prolific serial killer with nearly 60 confirmed victims, has died. Firefighter, 4 others injured in College Grove area house fire. Vehicle hits Claremont home, prompting evacuations due to gas fumes. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. From the pandemic to law enforcement, here's a look at California's new laws. Convicted spy Jonathan Pollard gets hero's welcome in Israel. Everybody spies in cyberspace, the U.S. must plan accordingly. Kim Philby, new revelations about spy emerging secret files. A study in treason, understanding George Blake, the Soviet double agent. Kim Philby revealed MI5's bugging of communists. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Boeing awarded $198 M modification to MQ-25 tanker drone upgrade contract. Ukrainian Army awards contract to KB Luch for ship-killing missiles. Russia unveils new modular unmanned ground vehicle. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. China's COVID-19 response, 8 years of government secrecy and top-down control. Beijing health app hackers attempt to cash in on mundane celebrity selfies. How a cataclysmic plague marked the end of Ming China. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, December 31st, 2020. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. CA COVID-19 cases continue to rise as San Diego man tests positive for new strain. San Francisco leaders push for financial help to keep nightclubs open. Bay Area parents lean toward keeping kids in distance learning until vaccinated. COVID outbreak at Santa Rosa Care Facility leaves families in fear. Lafayette's El Charro Mexican dining closing after 73 years due to pandemic. CA schools react to Newsom's plan to resume in-person learning. Flying Tails, Napa Pet Pantry offers support for animals during pandemic. Miami packed with partiers ahead of New Year's Eve. LA County COVID deaths surpass 10,000 as NIA approaches. Santa Clara County reaches grim milestone in COVID-19 cases. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Jason Witten set to break all-time games mark for tight ends. Fox NFL kickoff weather's challenges faced by pre-game shows. Heavy snow expected in Texas, storm could spawn tornadoes. Despite less testing, new COVID-19 cases continue to rise. California has nation's second confirmed case of virus variant. Kane County officials call for resignation of treasurer. Darvish trade signals major shift in Cubs direction. Trubisky's future with the Bears is on the line in Sunday's Packers game. Mayor's office releases some emails about Butch trade. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, December 31st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Front brings heavy rains and storms to Houston area. New COVID-19 variant found in Southern California, Newsom says. Sport mixed dog food, cat food recalled for potentially fatal levels of aflatoxin after 28 dogs die. Breakdown of when and where to get COVID-19 vaccine in Houston. Watch the animals at the Houston Zoo celebrating the holiday season. Scientists uncover 20,000-year-old ice-age woolly rhino in Russia. Susan Wright released from prison after serving 16 years for stabbing husband 193 times. Samuel Little, deadliest serial killer in U.S. history, dies in California. High water locations reported on Houston area roads. Just 23% of available COVID-19 vaccine doses have been given out in Harris County. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Taiwan confirms 2 imported cases on last day of 2020. China fines 3 online vendors for misreported prices, sales. Cities helping renters get right to lawyers in housing court. Gators not real 20 team in Cotton Bowl loss after opt-outs. Leonard returns from 2-game absence, Clippers rout Blazers. Explainer how Congress will count electoral college votes. Missouri senator to contest Biden's electoral college win. Trump push on $2K checks flops as GOP-led Senate won't vote. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Extra, dry January is cancelled before it started. NY's added unemployment benefits begin next week, as feds send out $600 checks. Cuomo will allow 6,700 fans to attend Buffalo Bills playoff game. Queens man who attended COVID conga line party hospitalized with COVID. Then and now, recreating old photos of Queens. The original typescript of Renata Adler's 1973 brownstone. This is a work of art. Cuomo cuts ribbon on light-filled Moynihan train hall. Ask an epidemiologist, how is NY's vaccine rollout going? What do you need to know about Times Square New Year's Eve 2020? The next headlines are from Observer.com. Tana French's The Searcher is an ambiguous morality tale. The Mandalorian works best when it shows us what war does to people. A statue of a slave in Lincoln that Frederick Douglass criticized has been removed. Anthony Hopkins channels the anguish of dementia in The Father. How Elon Musk became the new space age's leading entrepreneur. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag has occurred near Tabelo in Indonesia. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag strikes near the Fiji Islands. Light earthquake, M4.3 quake has struck near the Fiji Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.8 mag strikes near Sandpoint in Alaska. Minor earthquake, 3.9 mag was detected near Sandpoint in Alaska. Light earthquake, M4.1 quake has struck near Santiago Tapextla in Mexico. Minor earthquake, 3.1 mag strikes near San Antonio in Puerto Rico. Minor earthquake, 3.64 mag strikes near Cobb in CA. Light earthquake, M4.3 quake has struck near Los Palos in Timor-Leste. Light earthquake, 4.3 mag strikes near the Fiji Islands. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Explosion rips through Yemen airport as new government arrives, killing 16 and wounding 60. The threat of authoritarianism in the U.S. is very real, and has nothing to do with Trump. COVID-19 vaccine maker Pfizer paid $2.3 billion in largest healthcare fraud settlement in history. Police had warning in 2019 about the Nashville bomber. Swiss patient dies shortly after receiving Pfizer COVID vaccine. 10 facts from the UK government Pfizer vaccine guidance that promote vaccine hesitancy. Mysterious disappearance of flu in San Diego prompted call for audit of COVID records. WHO, secretly, changed their definition of herd immunity. The US government got you financial surveillance for Christmas. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Walmart apologizes for tweet calling Senator Hawley sore loser. Girl Scouts call on cookie bakers to address child labor. Did it snow in Los Angeles in December 2020? No, Biden transition team wasn't removed from Pentagon for leaking intel to China. Explainer, how Congress will count electoral college votes. Is Florida giving COVID-19 vaccines to Canadians to increase tourism? Does Amazon spray boxes with chemicals dangerous to pets? Did Joni Ernst get early COVID-19 vax after calling virus hoax, opposing masks? Are these reptilian humanoid eyes real? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Trump bootlickers Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz take the GOP's debasement to the next level. Enraged Furches make internet hell for Rabbit Pro Comp Group. At-home coffee has never been easier than with my Keurig K-Duo. John Ossoff hijacked Fox News airtime to take down Perdue and Loeffler. Ted Cruz's Georgia runoff fundraising is actually going to his campaign. He's not alone. Scores missing, hundreds evacuated after clay landslide strikes village in Norway. Make star chef Vivian Howard's crave-worthy meatloaf. The best performances of 2020, from Riz Ahmed in Sound of Metal to the Pen 15 Feet Ladies and Blonde. 16 of the zillion crazy things that happened in politics this year. The next headlines are from the New York Post. COVID-19 outbreak at Washington State Costco leaves 145 workers infected. Giants look to end crazy long losing streak to Cowboys. Landry Shamet, Torian Prince come up big off bench for Nets. NYPD cop opens fire on driver who hit officer during traffic stop. Minneapolis police officers fatally shoot man during traffic stop. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. First meteor shower of 2021 will illuminate night sky this weekend. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Forgotten sci-fi movies from the early 1990s. British woman repeatedly abducted by reptilians since 1990s, they wanted to steal her soul. 12 million Americans believe lizard people run our country. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. California nonprofit founder charged with the hit-and-run killing of 2 boys. Samuel Little, serial killer who claimed to have killed 93 people, dead at 80. TV personality Dr. Drew tests positive for COVID, after downplaying it. Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings apologizes again for crass tweets. Paul McCartney says tree from George Harrison reminds him of Beatles bandmate. Second U.S. case of more contagious COVID strain detected in California. New data shows scope of economic devastation in NYC during COVID pandemic. NYC overdose deaths reach grim benchmark, Health Department. NYC Council leaders slam report into NYPD handling of summer protests. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. will fall nearly 18 million doses short of year-end vaccine goal, Army General says. Colorado Guardsman has first reported U.S. case of virus variant. As Marines plans historic joint F-35 ops with UK, Air Force looks for ways to follow suit. In first, Navy Super Hornet launches from ski jump to prove it can fly off foreign carriers. Green Beret Colonel threatened to kill wife in front of children before standoff with police, affidavit. U.S. bomber mission over Persian Gulf aimed at cautioning Iran. Biden taps Kathleen Hicks to be the Pentagon's first female deputy SecDef. Former Army Reserve Sergeant, principal who inspired film Lean on Me dies. Iran allocates payment to families of Ukraine crash victims. Convicted U.S. spy Jonathan Pollard arrives in Israel. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Chicago police release additional videos from botched raid on Jeanette Young's home. Illinois reports 126,211 COVID-19 vaccinations administered throughout the state. Huntley man charged with attempted murder in Carpentersville stabbing, Kane officials say. Mayor Lori Lightfoot was told by staff in November 2019 that Jeanette Young raid was pretty bad. The spin, pandemic, politicians make January 1st reset difficult an inflection point for police reform, Illinois minimum wage goes up $1 next month. Illinois House set to reconvene in January for the first time in months, state senators asked to reserve time. Legendary pitmaster Mike Mills was an ambassador for barbecue, Southern Illinois and the aroma of life. Illinois largest rodents are in city lagoons, rivers and streams, now, they're on Instagram. Plan to reopen CPS schools doesn't have anything to do with vaccination, Chicago Health Commissioner says, though teachers slated for shots in coming months. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 7,374 new COVID-19 cases and 178 additional deaths announced as state reports more than 126,000 vaccinations administered. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Well-preserved Ice Age woolly rhino found in Siberia. Eastern Caribbean issues rare alert for rumbling volcanoes. Pandemic has revealed our dependence on migrant workers. Anti-transparent products unnecessary in cycad propagation. Largest study of Asia's rivers unearths 800 years of paleoclimate patterns. Diddy providing some COVID-19 relief for Miami neighborhood. The map of nuclear deformation takes the form of a mountain landscape. Scientists further improve accuracy of directional polarimetric camera. Atlas Project finds 12 new species of sea creatures. Fish sex organs boosted under high CO2. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, December 31st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Mother Nature sends 2020 packing with a bang. The Pyramid of Djoser, the world's oldest pyramid, is often overshadowed. Message isn't bad for you, according to science. Why is January 1st the beginning of a new year? Top 20 citizen science projects of 2020. The ethics of human brain surrogates. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Brexit's choice for EU, UK, firm friends or nearby rivals. Argentina legalizes abortion and the grassroots movement promises to spread through a conservative Latin America. Tokyo trading closed for holiday, other Asian index is mixed. Save some love for the smart cuttlefish, cousin to the brainiac octopus. Coosa lifts St. Mary's, Cal, past Sacramento State 63-45. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. San Francisco Cliff House sign to be removed at New Year's Eve. Wolf moon photos from around the Bay Area. New Year's resolution help driver slow down, roadshow. Trains resume between Concord, Pleasant Hill BART stations after track fire. Man called most prolific serial killer in U.S. dies at 80. San Jose, fatal collision with truck claims young girl's life. Trump briefed that China sought to pay for attack on U.S. forces. Sponsored, Green Rides, get on board with Drive Clean Bay Area. San Jose, city asks Twitter, Instagram to scrub mayor's address from activists' posts. Raiders could be without Trent Brown, Denzel good for finale against Denver. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. The latest, Thailand to get first 2M vaccine doses in February. New Year's Eve storms, possible tornadoes expected in South. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Reality winner endures holiday hardships as advocates turn to Biden for reprieve. The Florida Supreme Court is radically reshaping death penalty law. Universal Enemy, scholar Daryl Lee on the relationship between transnational jihadists and U.S. empire. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, December 31st, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. New study uncovers blood vessel damage and inflammation in COVID-19 patients' brains but no infection. Frailty is a factor in higher mortality for women awaiting liver transplants. Novel public-private partnership facilitates development of fusion energy. LSU Health New Orleans discovers potential new RX strategy for stroke. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man fatally shot in Austin, police. Woman dies days after Lawndale triple shooting. DePaul falls to Yukon. Horoscope for Thursday, December 31st, 2020. Man fatally shot on South Side, police. Notre Dame offense humming along with Reese Lightning. 2 children among 4 hurt in Englewood fire. Northside State Rep to resign over health insurance concern. Coronavirus Live blog, December 30th, 2020, a list of Chicago businesses shuttered due to the pandemic. Cubs moving forward with offseason reset after Yu Darvish trade. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. Josh Hawley and Walmart had a Twitter fight. Nando STL steers his burgeoning music career through a roller coaster year. 5 new COVID-19 rules for STL County indoor dining. The best tips to relax in 2021. Hope for 2021, St. Louisans have air wish lists ready. 10 best essay writing services in 2021, how to buy cheap papers online with essay writing sites. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. New legislation allows Michigan college athletes to receive compensation for the first time. What do you need to know about the best legal steroids in 2021? Review and guide. Metro Times article about the late Doug Hopkins of rock band Gin Blossoms is being adapted into a feature film. Report finds no wrongdoing in Michigan contact tracing app contract. A review of the 5 best male enhancement pills to buy in 2020. Whitmer vetoes provision to allow hazardous materials on Ambassador Bridge. 40 ways Metro Times changed Detroit, and beyond, over the past 40 years. Savage love, lesbian drama. Free will astrology, deck 30 January 5th. The Pardon Burglar. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, December 31st, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. HISD trustees retain their seats for now after appeals court ruling. Houston Grand Opera presents Grammy Award-winning mezzo-soprano Sasha Cook. 4 thoughts on J.J. Watt's angry press conference. Streaming concert watch 12/30, Justin Bieber, Kiss and more. Joey Bishop, the lost rat in the pack. The next headlines are about world records making news. Paralympic moments that mattered in 2020, International Paralympic Committee. Resumption of play highlighted 2020 Sports Messenger-Inquirer.com, Messenger Inquirer. Girl, 4, breaks world record of Rubik's Cube, X. ARM sets speedrun record in Super Mario 602 star, finishes 4 games in under 20 hours, Esports. Bomb cyclone in Northern Pacific Ocean may challenge all-time records, The Washington Post. Strongman Ron November deadlifted 1,036 pounds on Christmas Eve, Barbend. North Star's Augustine breaks world record in powerlifting, Daily American Online. Swam Pulse, 42% pick other in split vote over top woman of 2020, Swam. World record for high air pressure might have been set in Mongolia's region gripped by brutal cold, The Independent. Passages, a tribute to who was lost in the swimming world in 2020, Swimming World magazine. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Amazon purchases podcast network Wondery. Sorry ESPN Plus users, your annual subscription just got more expensive. Ticketmaster to pay $10 million after illegally hacking rivals' computer system. NPR poll finds that a minority of Americans fully disbelieve QAnon conspiracies. New research shows how COVID-19 can trigger brain damage. New tech developments we're actually excited about in 2021. The AirPods Max are annoyingly incredible. The 10 best deals of December 30th, 2020. The revolutionary fight over California's hidden oil and gas wells. All the creative and inspiring people we lost in 2020. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Rivadavia in Argentina at 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 42 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nara in Russia at minus 62.5 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 52.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. That time physicist John Wheeler left classified H-bomb documents on a train. Corellium notches partial victory in Apple iOS copyright case. With the right catalyst, we might make jet fuel from CO2. McConnell introduces bill-time $2K stimulus checks to Section 230 repeal. New virus variant found in Colorado while UK struggles to limit it. Pandemic-boosted remote workforce may be in for a shock at tax time. Protecting great apes from the unknown effects of COVID-19. Next, announcements from the World Health Organization. COVID-19, 1 year later, WHO Director General's New Year message. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Here are 10 good things that happened in 2020 despite a year of absolute hell. Minneapolis cops shoot and kill suspect at traffic stop, then try to shoot onlookers throwing snowballs. Trump coming home early from Florida because he's excited about Senate attempt to overthrow election, report. Pro-Trump lawyer demands to know if John Roberts was involved in Antonin Scalia's death. Senator Josh Hawley is saying black people voting is fraud with his election overthrow, tyranny expert. Mueller prosecutor details the specifics behind the financial probe Trump is about to face. Trump is jealous of McConnell's power outlasting his, and is trying to re-exert his GOP control, historian. Trump could be using arms sales in the Middle East for quid pro quo post-presidency, columnist. Trump releases documents swearing it was China who paid bounties on American soldiers, not Russia. Lawyer schools Josh Hawley on what will really happen when he objects to the Electoral College vote. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Lunchtime photo. Misleading and propaganda, advocates slam Department of Justice's new myths and facts immigration report. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, December 29 update. Wildfire smoke is loaded with microbes, is that dangerous? Heroes of 2020, all gas no brakes. Hero and monster of 2020, TikTok. Heroes of 2020, local political reporters. Trump, turmoil, and 2020, our Mojo podcast team replays the year's defining moments. Heroes of 2020, Ed Yong in his prescient, terrifying, and inspiring coronavirus writing. Monsters of 2020, Roger Ailes and Fred Trump. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. On a planet where you cannot breathe, is living on Mars the best idea? USA Today. White House releases planetary protection strategy, space news. Corporate space flight lifts off in 2020, the major missions over the past year, ABC News. Explained, why is there new interest in Proxima Centauri, the closest star to the Sun, the Indian Express. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Long-term prosthetic use may not rewire the brain, futurity, research news. Neuromorphic computing market to witness huge gains over 2021 to 2026 leading players, IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, The Courier. Soil stabilization market comprehensive study 2020 analysis top companies are Global Road Technology, Soilworks, Agrabind, Carmuse, Alta Crete, farming sector. A child psychologist's advice for letting kids recharge by putting the phone away, Long Island Press. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, December 31st, 2020 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. 6-month countdown to UFO disclosures started by coronavirus bill. Terrifying UFO, crab-clawed alien sees pair. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, December 31st, 2020. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.